up live. I'm running late with work. I didn't wake up on time. Oh well. Welcome to HDiiTV. You're now rocking with your boy. What's up with y'all? So basically, man, I'm trying to remember what was the first game this game. The first game yesterday, Jags and Cowboys. The Cowboys had this game in control. But yet, Kellen Moore with his dumb play calling, they win. The defense yesterday couldn't hold anything down. Micah Parsons is beginning to be exposed, where he's not a consistent pass rusher. Trevor Lawrence had so much time in the pocket in the second half, it was crazy. It was crazy. I know everybody hate Dak, and y'all can say I'm defending them, but I'm not. Dak threw the ball to Noah. Noah tried to catch it with his body, bounced off his body. The guy intercepted it for a pick six. Now, everybody blames Dak for the other interception that he threw. That first interception, the receiver didn't get to his spot, but Dak shouldn't have thrown that pass, so that was on him. That's terrible decision making. He should have threw the pick because that changed the momentum. Now, this defense, I've been saying all year, has been overrated. They have been. They've been very overrated. Their problem is this. They're not good at stopping the run. Not only that, I don't know what it is with number one, but for some reason, they have not benched number one yet. He should have been benched. This guy is the Marcus Peters of the Dallas Cowboys. Seriously. This dude get burnt every game at least 4 times a game, maybe 5, but they're very crucial. If you're not being able to put pressure on the quarterback, it's like, what are we doing? I would have loved to see Trevon Diggs guarding Zay Jones, because I think Trevon could have took him out the game, but there you go, coaching. Not adjusting. Dallas did not adjust in the game. Dak Prescott has got to manage the game better. Dak cannot 1 minute be schizophrenic and then next minute he be straight. You got to get off that yak. And we got 6 people in here. One true. What up, Pico? Yep, Micah Parsons. Like my brother Pico said, my brother Pico came on here a long time ago and told y'all Micah Parsons is overrated. He said it before anybody. He was at Parsons was playing. He was at the game. And you know what he saw? The invisible guy. Parsons is all bark. That's what he is. Then he went on to that show talking to Von Miller. He basically put a bigger target on his back when he basically was trying to refer to Jalen Hurts as a system quarterback. But just like the lineman said, you better be worried about the Jaguar. You better worry about your game. We're focused on the Bears. And guess what? Dallas lost. Happens when you're not focused. Focus on the wrong stuff. And he was. Too busy focused on stardom instead of getting your game right. Dallas lost this game because down the stretch they didn't close. Lack of decision making, lack of adjustment. I told you guys, adjustments are very key in pivotal games. I told everybody, the Jaguars are tough. But told everybody, Trevor Lawrence was great. After I guess because he's boring, so everybody thinks that he's just a regular guy. Like I told that other guy about Mac Jones, that Mac Jones and tuna fish. I'm telling you, we're seeing down the stretch with the Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. Cheeks. Kansas City made it out of the skin of their teeth again. And this is becoming a bad habit. I told C-Pen about this last year, that when they started running the ball, that's when the Kansas City Chiefs started to come into they started to find themselves. All they got to do is run the ball. Patrick Mahomes is a good to great quarterback. But if you're not running the ball, then what's the point? Like, why do you have any running backs on your roster? You might as well just get rid of those guys. That's what I would do if you're not going to use them. They're going to get Pat Mahomes killed back there. The Texans have a tough, stingy defense. Lovie Smith is a great defensive coach, not a great head coach to a defensive coach. He has his guys prepared. Players respect him all across the league. And the Texans only hired him so they could seem like they're not racist. That's the only reason why they hired him. Now, defensively, the Chiefs have trouble. Their linebackers, they don't come up and make plays. They don't fill gaps correctly. The safeties and the corners, they're too busy playing lax defense, not really pressing the receivers. And this is not good, because they're going to find themselves going out of the playoffs just like when they played the Bengals. The reason the Bengals beat them was because the Bengals put a foot in their ass. They adjusted in the second half. But credit for the Chiefs for winning. But they have problems against stopping the run. They have problems against the pass again. But I think they could correct it offensively. They got to run the ball. If the Chiefs don't run the ball, they're in trouble. Plus, they got to get Mecole Hardman back, because Juju Smith-Schuster is soft. The other receiver, he's not that good either. It's just Patrick is throwing to Kelsey all the time. He like, bump it, I'm going to Kelsey. I don't trust these other guys. Or he'll go to McKinnon. He'll give it to McKinnon. Now, the Bucs and the Bengals game, the reason we lost was because the Bengals been doing this all for the past 2 years. They adjust. Todd Bowles and everybody on the Bucs did not adjust at all. We went out in the second half with the same game plan. Tom Brady was getting killed back there. Then when we ran the ball, Tom Brady gave the ball to Leonard Fournette wrong. He gave it to him. He didn't secure it. Leonard Fournette has got to get that ball like this. Leonard Fournette went like this and dropped the ball. Tom Brady does not trust his team, and he's lost confidence in his team. You can see it. These guys might not make the playoffs. Seriously. The Bucs might not make the playoffs. They shouldn't make the playoffs. They've been trash all year. The Bengals are going to be dangerous again. They get to the playoffs, they're going to be dangerous. I think they could beat the Bills, and I think they could beat the Chiefs this year. I really believe so, because in situational football, the Bengals play better. They just play better. They're better than the Ravens. The Ravens, I think, the Ravens don't, if Lamar don't come back, the Ravens going to be out the playoffs. For real. They're going to be out the playoffs. But the Bucs, Devin White, I think him and Todd Bowles aren't getting along. They're having some type of beef, because every time Devin White doesn't play well, it's like he's lost the heart. He don't feel like playing. The first half, they came out great. Second half, Devin White and them acting like they ain't want no more problems. It's like, man, we done. F this. Then our D-line and O-line is terrible. The Bucs D-line and O-line, we got beat on both sides of the ball. The offensive line for the Bengals shut us down, and the defensive line for the Bengals destroyed us, along with the blitzing of the linebackers. They blitzed the linebackers through the A-gap. See, listen, how you beat Tom Brady is you send your ends, your outside ends, you send them up the field, okay? You send them up the field, and then you send your A-gap, you send your tackles or blitzes through the A and B gap to compress it, kind of like you're trying to build a circle and close the circle. That's how you beat Tom Brady. And they did a great job of that in the second half. Mike Evans should have been traded way before long ago. They should have traded him early in the season and got some picks for the future. The Bucs, what they're going to have to do, especially if they miss the playoffs, they have to go get offensive line and D-line. They're going to have to. But shout out to the Bengals. The Bengals are getting hot as usual. And Joe Burrow, they're saying put him in the MVP conversation. You could, but Jalen Hurts is the runaway MVP, especially after yesterday's performance. I don't see Joe Burrow in these next 3 weeks, taking it from him. But he is in the MVP conversation. Now, the Commanders and the Giants. Dog, this was a hard-hitting game. Nobody wanted to care about watching this game because me and Christian were going at it, but I was watching the game. The Giants' defense came alive. If it wasn't for the defense of the Giants getting that sack fumble for a recovery for a touchdown, they wouldn't have won this game. Daniel Jones, his receivers suck. You got to get him some receivers if you feel like going long-term with him. You got to get him some receivers. Saquon Barkley did a great job in the second half running the ball. The Commanders defensively did a good job the whole game. It was physical. Both sides were hitting. This was a defensive game. But the Giants, the refs screwed the Commanders because Taylor Heineke actually scored. So we know what was going on. Washington, I think they have I don't think they definitely out of it. The Giants are still alive. I think the Giants are still alive. I got to look at the playoff picture. But watch out for them Jacksonville Jaguars. Me and my brother Pico said before the year the Jaguars are going to be dangerous. I like Trevor Lawrence. I think he's better than Mac Jones, Tuna Fish, and all these guys. I believe if he was on the Dolphins team, I think they would be a lot better. Because down the stretch, the Dolphins, that experience, the head coach does not do well in situational football, and the quarterback can be rattled, especially down the stretch. Mac Jones showed you yesterday why he is not the guy. And if Belichick continues to go with that notion that he's the guy, he's a goddamn idiot. It's just the facts. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. What's up, Trap Junkie? What up, T-Hub? Yeah, they got cheated. Yeah, Commanders got cheated bad. LB went over there and slipped the 50 to the refs. It said, "This is our destiny." And the Giants won the damn game. Ain't that some shit? That is some shit. He said LB so Wade. You stupid, T-Hub. But yeah, that's my recap. Just terrible all over the board. The teams to me that's in trouble, Kansas City's in trouble. I think they're very vulnerable. I think they're missing Tyreek Hill bad. The Bucks, we're missing Ndamukong Suh and JPP. That's why I don't understand why they got rid of him, because that was veteran leadership. If you were going to let him go, you should have let him go next year, because next year, you could have let him go. You could have paid Suh that extra money. Avonte David is done. I think they ought to get rid of him and go get them some linebackers. Like, straight up. Go get some linebackers. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But yeah, they're in trouble. They're in big trouble. But the Giants to me are going to be in trouble when they get to the playoffs. They're not built to play against somebody of a over 500 stature that has a team. So, but yeah, I'll holler at y'all later, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button too on your way out. I'm out. DEEZYii.